Good morning. It's Friday, December 2nd. This is Mike Mock with Lansing Trade Group's Morning Comments. First of all, I want to apologize. We had a bit of a technical glitch yesterday. Our microphone ran out of gas about 2/3 of the way through yesterday's video. We have a substitute here that's not adequate, but we'll get through it today. We've got a new microphone on order. I should also mention next week I'll be spending time in Kansas City and Chicago, so our morning video schedule could be shifted around a bit. And again, we're experimenting. This is going to get a lot better, particularly next week in Kansas City when I have a chance to get with LTG's IT people. But we appreciate you watching. A number of things to talk about. I want to go back and review yesterday's video first. With the commentary we were focusing on was the concern that we have with the amount of unpriced old crop corn still on farm. That's the weakest point in the overall farm position today as we see it. We had a wonderful opportunity to do some selling early in the week, and we didn't get enough people to take advantage of it. And now we're afraid people are going to crawl in a hole. We can't afford to do that. Certainly we've roughed the market up since midday Monday, and we don't want to sell it here. We're oversold and do a bounce. I would make the same comment about wheat, where we're approaching or maybe already in place with a record fund short. But again, we still assume that rallies will be modest and nothing particularly big. So in the quiet time, as we go to wrap up this week and start next week, we want you to contact your LTG merchandiser and start looking for basis opportunities with the hopes that we get a bit of a bounce, and then we can lock that basis in and get some minimum prices, some floor values in place, and get some of this physical corn moved, because we know as we turn the calendar to 2017, cash flow and quality concerns move to the top of the list. Other things to think about here, lots of stuff on the international side of things. Obviously, there's still lots of issues post-U.S. election. We do have an important monthly jobs report today, the 2nd of December. Then on the 14th of this month, the Fed will get together, and odds are rates are going to go higher. We're still amazed at how dramatic the move has been in bonds, the bond market going down, the interest rate yields going up, the 30 yield up to approaching 3.1 now, and the 10-year yield north of 2.4, almost 2.45 this morning. So the cost of money going up, which is also a concern for our growers. We have to make sure that we're monitoring that situation as well. Then over the weekend, we have the Italian referendum. Don't need to get into all the particulars of that, but again, it's also a vote of confidence for their prime minister. This can obviously have a huge impact on currency crosses, the euro versus the dollar and so forth. And again, still a bit of what I'll call political turmoil in the global situation. And the other thing we want to go back and talk about is what the energy markets have done. Obviously with the OPEC agreement, it's never quite what it seems. We've had a big run north of 50 bucks. We'll probably do a breather here. We think $52.50 to $53 will be the real test. In the short run, we're not sure that's going to come out. And that's one of our disappointments too, that you can have the energy markets do as much as what they've done and get no response at all from the corn market, and maybe some of that has to do with just because wheat is so weak. The hope would be that as we get towards the end of the month, the end of the year, that you'll see what the trade would like to call rebalancing. They'll tend to take profits on what they've been short, so the wheat market, corn market may give us a bit of a bounce. The market's been long in the oilseed complex. There's a chance that they could take some profits there. It depends a little bit on what South American weather is like. But again, the focus in the very short term, if you put all this other stuff aside, what we're really trying to do is garner the farmer's attention, get it focused on old crop corn strategies. That's the real risk that we see in place. We've got to take care of that. That's all I got for you now. You have a great weekend. I'll see you first of next week.